practices in facility planning. Well, joining us to speak about that today is Norman Saenz, Senior Vice President at TranSystems. Norm, welcome.
Thank you, Russell.
Norm, I guess the threshold question is this. DC managers clearly are having to try to squeeze as much productivity as they possibly can today, but with little to no investment. So how do they do that? What are they doing to achieve that?
Yeah, it's a great question, Russell, and we're seeing this across the industry. And amazingly enough, one of the things you can do just to start out is to look at your processes. It's amazing how many people haven't really done that in terms of just, what is happening from receiving through shipping in a facility. What is the as-is process is what it's called in the industry. By simply mapping the process, you can identify opportunities that may cost you nothing, tweaks in the process, tweaks in the flow of goods through the facility. So that's where you should start, and I think you'll find a lot of opportunities. One example is product slotting. If you map the process and you observe the operation, you might find in your picking area there a lot of congestion in the picking environment, a lot of bending over, a lot of reaching to pick items, and that's called slotting, is where those fast movers being placed within the environment. So slotting is a big opportunity to get the low-hanging fruit opportunities that can cost you nothing just to move products around in the facility.
Any other methods, though, that you might discuss that would allow these managers who are so hard-pressed to increase their productivity?
Well, the best method, to be honest, is to observe the operation, to speak to your employees, to listen to what opportunities they're facing in the facility. The businesses might change, the profile of orders may have changed, and it could be impacting how product is being flowed through the facility and how orders are being picked, the size of orders. And so it's really getting to talk to your employees, understand what's happening out on the floor.
If I'm one of these DC managers, I'm looking at the entire operation, and I'm sure I've got to ask myself at some point, surely there's got to be some place where I can reduce costs in the warehouse. Mm-hmm. Is that true? Where are they?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, let's get the process ironed out. Let's look for low-hanging fruit. But what we've seen this year a couple times, honestly, and as a consultant, I try to know these best practices, these unique things you could do. But amazingly, there's some things that might not be captured out there, and one of those is using the vendor box as the actual shipping box. Depending on who you're shipping to, if you're a retailer and you're shipping to your own stores, why ship them brand new, expensive 75-cent boxes when you might be able to reuse the supplier or vendor box that's coming into you and using that as your outbound shipping box? So we have a client or two this year that had moved to that strategy, and when I was studying the operation, I was a little confused where shipping and receiving was, because receiving had these vendor boxes, and I go over to shipping and they were the same boxes but with shipping labels on them. But if you can get away with your inbound boxes being durable enough to ship to your final customer, and if you're a retailer and everything's kind of kept in the loop, it's a massive cost reduction opportunity.
Now, we've been talking about increasing productivity where we can without any investment. What about minimal investment? If I've got a few dollars, any unique ideas there?
Yeah, one of the biggest challenges that companies are facing, and it's a tough economy, but there's still some volume increases or changes in business profile or additional SKUs. I mean, in a tough economy, it's very possible that marketing is looking at creative ways to get more sales, and that might be additional SKUs. So all of a sudden you need more pick positions, yet you don't have a lot of money to spend. Where am I going to pick these items from? One of the techniques we use is I call it conveyor bins, and basically it's shelving above, let's say you have a powered conveyor environment, a pick module. You could put shelving at a minimal cost constructed above that powered and give you that many more additional pick positions at pretty much using space that's unutilized today, the space above conveyor. So conveyor bins is an interesting idea. If you're looking to squeeze a little more storage capacity out of your facility, they actually make pallet rack in almost any dimension, and that's something that people may not understand, is it's not always 8-foot bays. You can actually put half bays, 4-foot wide bays at the end of rack aisles. So you could say it costs half as much as normal pallet rack, but you can get additional storage capacity in your warehouse by using half bays. So those are a couple of the opportunities, low cost things. I'll say slotting one more time because, you know, doing that in-house with spreadsheets, it's possible to get a lot more productivity gain. But there are very effective low-cost slotting packages on the market that can pay back in less than 6 months. So those are a few techniques of low-cost opportunities to get productivity gain.
I wonder if there is a limited use of voice technology where we might be able to talk about a sort of minimal investment.
True. Good example. I mean, technology does cost money. Pick-to-light, it's a cost per every location. RF and voice technology, as you suggest, that is a cost per employee. So you can look at your picking area where most of your labor is and apply a voice technology that can cost minimal per person and then cut the number of people you have in your picking operation and actually increase throughput. So there is a place for technology as a low-cost solution to get productivity, and voice is one of those great opportunities.
Well, these are some great ideas at minimal or no cost. I think you've saved somebody some money today.
Hope so,
Norm,
Russell.
thank you so much for meeting with us.
Thank you, Russell.
Well, that's Norman Saenz, TranSystems, speaking with us today about best practices in facility planning. Thank you for watching.